What's going on, everybody? It's your homeboy DJ Miggy here at the People Station, Power 94. I'm with Hunter.
Let's go, baby.
What's up, baby?
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, man.
So good to see live in the flesh, Mr. 47 himself, JJ Parker, all American. What's up, dog?
Oh man, it's so good to be back in Chattanooga, Tennessee, hometown.
Yeah, you've been chilling in Cali for a little bit, right?
Yeah, like 9 years. I think I'm coming up.
Well, that ain't a little bit.
yeah. It's been like the majority of like my adult life, if you will. So it's been really cool. It's cool to have my childhood here and then get into a different side of the world, literally, but also with like career-wise. It's been a trip, man.
When it comes to just what you've taken from Chattanooga, you know, there's so many kids like you right now that had that same dream of doing what you've done. What do you got to tell them?
You gotta chase it. It's not gonna chase you.
Yeah.
But I think it's really important to be open in life. You know, I started off wanting to be a cowboy, and then I wanted to be a police officer. And then at one point, I actually went to college to be a dentist.
Yeah.
But prior to that, I was super into sports. I didn't know which sport I was gonna go pro in, but I knew it was gonna be one of them. But in all those things, I practiced hard work and dedication. And I know it seems repetitive, but truly through those two keys and being open-minded and seeing what worked for me and what was you know, bigger than me and what doors were opening, it allowed me to find ultimately acting, which I'm in now, but I don't even think that's my ultimate calling.
Yeah.
I think this is. I think sharing this energy in space.
For sure.
I think speaking and storytelling in a way that's compelling is my true calling. But everything I've ever done, I've just embraced the platform that it provided.
Right.
So reeling it back, I would say chase it hard, but don't stray from your core principles. Don't stray from what you believe in, and be open to what life has to offer, because oftentimes it's much greater than what you could even imagine for yourself.
That's awesome, man. Nah, it's admirable to see like you come from this very place, go to LA, chase your dreams. I mean, you started, let's talk 42, man.
Yeah, oh yes, man.
42, walk me through that, bro. I mean, baseball background, like,
yeah.
That's one of the greatest sports movies to me ever.
Yeah,
walk
yeah.
me through that.
So I got an audition to be a baseball player for the movie.
Yeah.
So I was living in Chattanooga at the time. I drove to Atlanta, and I'd played baseball my whole life. So I was like, oh, I got this on lock. I show up to the tryout, have a decent tryout, but they cut me. So I call the casting director of the baseball side of things, and I say, hey, please give me an opportunity. And they said, well, we had to let you go because you just look too young. You don't look like you were from this time, so we can't use you for the film, but best of luck.
Right.
So I said, okay, I need to call him back. Because I wanted it, man.
I love that.
So I called him back, and I said, look, just if there's any way that we can make this work, it would be a dream of mine, truly. And he said, okay, I'll let you know. 2 or 3 weeks go by, I forget about it. He calls and he says, hey, how would you like to be the bat boy in the movie? I said, yeah, I can do that. I actually was a bat boy for the Chattanooga Lookouts, so I'll do it. And he said, okay, cool, you're hired. You're real nonchalant, you know? Meanwhile, it's Harrison Ford, the late, great Chadwick Boseman. I mean, it's a legendary film. Super nonchalant. Yeah, you can do it. So I show up, and it was really cool how the main cast liked me, and saw that I was like this young kid who wanted it so bad. And it played so well in the film, but it was really cool to get that experience with legends. And it also taught me, again, and this is the recurring theme of the importance of hard work and dedication and being open. Absolutely. Man, I went in to play baseball. It didn't work out, but I became a bat boy in a legendary film, and it was so cool, man. One of the coolest things, they called me right before it went to theaters, and they said, hey, we just want to get your first and last name and verify it because we're putting you in the credits at the end of the movie. And that's essentially unheard of unless you have lines. And I didn't in 42. But at the very last credit, it says Bat Boy Hunter Clowdus. And I was just sitting in the theater with my mom and dad, and it was just a surreal moment of again, affirmation that, like, you know, I can do anything if I work hard enough and if I stay dedicated and if I'm open to this life, it's going to work for me, not against me.
Hunter, absolutely, man. And you've done that. Like, you've taken what you've done there, and now you propelled it, man. Like, you were in televisions across not only the country, bro, the world, bro.
Let's go.
You were JJ Parker, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of my favorite shows right now. I'm in All-American really deep. I'm in season 4. I'm like episode 5.
Oh, you're in it.
Y'all just graduated high school.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not even.
So you haven't even seen this look yet?
I haven't. No, so it like tweaked me out. I'm like, what's this? You know, walk us through, you know, how your role has expanded, because it has. I'm already in season 4. Like, it's gone from, you know, here, like, you were like a main fixture in the show, bro.
Yeah. It's, you know, shout out to the writers for really writing for me. I think they have gotten to know me over the past 4 years, which has been really cool, because you're starting to see some of the writing shift to this version of me, which is very much Hunter. Whereas JJ started as, you know, this like party guy. He was trying to find his place so much, and it's so cool. I think it's so relatable in life, because we are trying to find where do we fit, you know, and we got to float sometimes to figure out, oh, this feels good. Oh, I can settle here.
Every day.
But then it's always moving. The landscape of life is always shifting. So it's been really cool to play that on screen, and I think it gives a great character that's so relatable, because you're seeing someone right before your eyes mature.
Yes.
And you're really going to see it as you continue through season 4. You're going to see this friends group who always turn to JJ for a laugh start to turn to him for advice on some heavy stuff, on some real stuff, on some I need you right now, JJ. So it's been really cool to play that role on screen, because I kind of play that in life for some people. So it's been an honor.
How cool was it to work with Tay Diggs? Honestly, I mean, that's crazy that he. I mean, what Coach Baker? Like, just I can't imagine that day in and day out.
Yeah, no, he's so dynamic. You know, I've worked with a lot of really talented actors, and he's just in a world of his own. Respectfully, the way he maneuvers work is so interesting to see, and such a stark contrast from some of the other actors that I've worked with, because you can tell he's been doing this his entire life, to the point where he'll come in and he'll kind of be learning his lines through rehearsal. He'll throw the script aside and we'll do the scene, and he'll kill it. And every take he'll give you a little something different that as an opposite actor you can play off of and you can feed off of. He's so dynamic as an actor. On screen and off screen, he's just a hoot. I mean, he's just always cutting up. He's always making everyone laugh. He's such a treat to know as a friend, but also to work with.
My man, we got to talk Spencer James real quick.
I
cannot not do this interview and not
Daniel Ezra.
Ezra.
Oh, you got it.
How amazing is it to just see how he's grown? I mean, the brand has really evolved around you guys. Like, talk about just that and seeing his progression through the role too.
Yeah, I think he has. I think we all had to find where the character was going. The difference between TV and film is with film, you have a beginning and an ending.
Right.
So you can play to that character arc. In TV, we don't know if we're going to get canceled the first season or if we're going to go 4 or 5. We don't know. So we've all just had to step up to the plate and really like embrace the stories that the writers give us. I think he's done a phenomenal job because, like you said, like it is wrapped around him and his world, and he's done so good. He's such a great leader on and off screen. You know, when we go to work, his energy really either would bring up or bring down the crew, because ultimately we're a handful of actors, but there are so many people behind the scenes. You know, there's so many people that make this thing actually work, that make this thing actually go to the CW and go to Netflix. So his energy, it really is important to keep the crew up when we're doing 12, 14-hour days. It's exhausting at times, but he's just great. Like I said, on off screen, a true professional. I would say him and I are the least likely, and the cast would, if the cast voted, they would say this, are the least likely to drop a line.
That's what's up.
We won't drop it. And I think for him, it might come a little, it works for him. I got to drill it 1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just that level of professional. He rarely has a take, and I mean like maybe one in 4 seasons where he had to call for a line. He's just professional.
It feels like when you're in that mode, like, I believe you're JJ.
Yeah.
How do you make the viewer just pull him in some, like, it's crazy, like, it's like 2 different people. Right? Like, it's like you snap into that mode.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, thank you so much. I wasn't at first. I had to find him. And I think I'm super grateful and honored that we had the opportunity to, not every show gets the privilege of running for 4 years. So I've lived with this guy. And the first season, you get cast as a character on a show. You want everyone to love you. You want to come in there and be the big macho guy. But that wasn't JJ. And I had to learn that because this was the biggest role I've ever done. So I had never had like this magnitude of not so much pressure, but like a job that I had to fulfill. So it took me a while to learn how to play that. And again, I went in wanting it to be something that it really wasn't. Because at first, JJ's role, it was different. And I had to find that, and I had to find that fast. And I had to understand that in an episode, I may only have 1 or 2 lines. So how do I still create something that's special there? Yeah. So that really pushed me. I think I've grown so much with this show. Just as far as my ability to act, my ability to take words and get them in here, but then say something that is going to resonate with different people and ultimately provoke emotion and make people feel a certain type of way. And I think that as an artist, as an actor, is like my ultimate gift, because I'll say anyone can memorize a paragraph and then go do it. Right. But to make somebody feel, that's our job. Yeah. It's not just memorizing, it's storytelling, it's provoking, it's to compel. Yeah. It's all of these things that I take so much pride in my ability to harness that and then deliver it. So I've just grown so much. Again, from the day that I booked to JJ, Parker wasn't even attached at first. It was just JJ. Parker, I think, was at like season 1, episode 3 or something. We were in the locker room. One of the writers said, "Hey, what do you think your last name should be?" And I said, "I don't know." And he said, "Parker." I like Parker. I was like, okay, because at this point we didn't know that it was going to be what it is. So it's cool that we've all, again, grown so much through that, because from the pilot, not even knowing if it's going to get picked up, so literally I think we've been like in the top 10 on Netflix for the past month.
No, it's like there. Like, you guys are solidified.
It's wild, man. Yeah, and honestly, I dare say I think like season 5 has the potential to be our best season we've ever done.
I can't wait, man.
Bro, I'm telling you, there's some good stuff coming up.
I can't wait. No, yeah. I'm literally like, I just finished y'all graduating high school like last week. And
it's about to get good.
I've been busy. I'm like crazy. So
high school was dope, but college, bro.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's good.
You just mentioned college, and we mentioned step up to the plate. You were a baseball player.
Yeah.
At Bama, correct? Yeah.
So I went to the University of Alabama.
I'm a Tennessee guy, so it's still love.
It's all love, baby. It's all love. So I went to the University of Alabama. Again, I was pre-dental, and I went and I got all my paperwork to do the student athlete life. I was going to walk on, and about that time I submitted for a role on MTV's Teen Wolf.
Yes, bro.
As a lacrosse player. I was built good. I submitted a shirtless photo, went on with my day. They called, they said, "Hey, so you're like really good at lacrosse, right?" And I was like, "Of course." And then they said, "Okay, we want to book you." I hang up, I call my buddy who plays lacrosse, and I say, "Hey, I've never played lacrosse in my life, but I know you're good, so can you teach me this weekend? Because I'm going to Atlanta Monday to shoot a show, and I'm a lacrosse player." So he said, "Yeah, for sure, let's go." So we actually went to Baylor, and because that's where he went to school, and played lacrosse for a few hours, and I showed up that Monday in Atlanta and worked on Teen Wolf for a few episodes and built relationships there, which led to a small speaking role on the show. And then after that, I said, I want to do this. So about that time, that's when I left the University of Alabama and started setting my sights on LA.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I mean, that takes a lot of belief in yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like you gambled and you won.
Yeah. I think you have to in life. I think the safest way to make sure you never make the shot is not taking it. I can guarantee you never get the ball in that basket if you never shoot it.
That's real.
And I just try to kind of live by that motto of like, you know, you're going to miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, man.
So just trying, and again, hard work, dedication, and being open to what life has to offer. And man, there's really like nothing you can't do.
I mean, I love that, and just know, you know, tomorrow, I mean, your baseball skills are going to come into play, man, because you got first pitch.
Yeah, man.
You got first pitch. Chattanooga Lookouts tomorrow.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all, make sure y'all go check them out. You're going to get it across the plate.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking if I'm gonna throw a 4-seam or a 2-seam in there. My 2-seam can kind of run, or it did back in the day, so we're going to have to see. I don't think I'm going to pull out a curve. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I just try and get it across the plate.
Listen, man.
Maybe I just try and get it somewhere in that vicinity.
I threw it a couple weeks ago.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, give me some tips. Like,
bro, just get it across the plate, bro. Like, it looked like I was throwing like a football out there, so you will be better than you were.
Okay.
I got you, man, but that is
comforted
awesome.
now.
Nah, be comforted. Like, I'm so happy you were here, dude.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it, man. Well, Hunter Clowdus, it's DJ Miggy with the People Station. This has been an awesome interview. I'm just so happy you came through, bro.
Pleasure, man. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.